Holy moly! Whoa, whoa!
Honestly, when I heard I was going to Antarctica, I didn't know what to expect at all. It took us a long time to get to Antarctica. We flew first from California to Florida, which was about a 7-hour flight, and then we flew from Miami to Ushuaia, which was another 11-hour flight. So it was a long trip just to get to the boat. Now, at the moment, there's no hotels on Antarctica, which is probably a good thing. So really the only way to visit is via cruise ship or camping. So we were really glad to see that the rooms were super nice. It's patio space and the view. And we ate well too. At the end of the trip, the captain gave an overview of the statistics from our voyage, and over 15 days, our tiny group of 100 passengers consumed 200 pounds of beef, half a ton of butter, 400 pounds of coffee, 500 bottles of wine, 400 bottles of champagne, and 4 pounds of caviar, which is crazy. We definitely did not starve on this trip. The first 2 days sailing from Ushuaia were to get to the Antarctic Peninsula across the Drake Passage, which is well known to be a very rough portion of sea. So after 2 days at sea with seasickness patches
Cheers!
And lots of food and drink, we arrived on the Antarctic Peninsula and made our first continental landing.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. The air temperature is 2.2 centigrade, just above freezing point, very warm. The wind speed, 2 knots. If you look outside, conditions are perfect. The sun is out, the water is calm.
Good morning, everybody! Welcome to the continent of Antarctica.
At this point in the trip, it really felt like we hit our stride. We were in the flow of the adventure, and the experiences just kept coming and coming. On Christmas Day, the captain wedged the ship into an ice shelf, and we disembarked onto the ice. In the afternoon, afternoon, we got to take our first kayak in the Southern Ocean and end our day in the best way possible, a soak in the Conto. The next day would bring us the closest encounter we've ever had with our penguin friends. The sights on this trip were insane, especially sailing from the Antarctic Circle to and through the Lemaire Channel. This next stop transported us to Mars, or more properly known as Deception Island. We saw three main types of penguins in Antarctica. The gentoos, the Adeles, and the chinstraps. By this point, we were pretty good at identifying the different types of penguins, but we never could have expected what was to come at Brown's Bluff. The largest colony of penguins we've ever seen.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
There's probably more Adeles in this whole colony than there is gentoos in the whole of the Antarctic Peninsula.
Perhaps on the sunniest day of the trip, we got a beautiful morning walk on the beach, and then an afternoon cruise.
So 2022 will be the year, I promise you, I hope so. Now it's 1 minute left and we start the countdown from now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
We welcome the new year and more snow. Now, throughout the voyage, we've taken several Zodiac cruises to get a sea level view of the Antarctic Sea. We saw icebergs tower over us, seals lazing before an afternoon hunt, birds flying just feet from our heads, and insanely beautiful ice formations. But for the last outing of the trip, we Zodiac cruised through the aptly named Spurt Island, and it was something out of a fantasy movie. At the beginning of the video, I said that I had no idea what to expect from Antarctica. And while that is true, it almost wouldn't have mattered. Antarctica completely shattered any expectations that I would have had. There is an incredible profundity of being in a place so wild. It is a place where wilderness is the rule, not the exception, where animals exist without human interference, where nature can be nature. It was striking to me how many creatures existed in these seemingly hostile conditions. From birds to seals, whales, starfish, krill, and fish, animals are just living. One thing is clear: life is resilient. It has the incredible ability to thrive in extremely inhospitable environments. Even though the tragic reality of climate change is upon us, and we are likely to be the first generation to confront the consequences, I am ever optimistic that life will continue to flourish. That's a lot of effort, man.